The April inflation report came out today, and it's looking a lot better than a lot of people thought it would be. I was seeing reports that it would be 2.5 to 2.7%, something like in that range, maybe even higher depending on who I was looking at. But it came in at 2.3. A lot of people are going to try and tell you that that means Trump's tariffs had no effect on the economy and no effect on inflation. Welcome to Unapologetically Progressive. Let's talk about it. Now, you may have heard me discuss the potential for inflation off of Trump's tariffs. Because in general, that can't happen when you create problems with supply chain. Prices go up and it gets passed on to the consumer. Now, here's the thing. The reason why you're not going to see that in the April report, those tariffs didn't take effect until almost the middle of April. Most of the purchase orders for the businesses and stuff like that were already done. They had already ordered things based on the previous prices, and they were already coming in at those previous prices before the tariffs were to take place. Right? Remember, too, most people were discussing inflation in terms of if all the tariffs were to stay in place. But here's the thing. We won't know about if the tariffs had any effect on inflation probably until at least the May numbers come out, maybe the June numbers. But I think at the end of May, when we get into June, when they put out the May inflation report numbers, we will see what the true story is on if those tariffs had any effect on the supply chain and the cost. Because the fact is, we didn't start seeing empty cargo holds, in shipping containers from China until like last week, maybe the week before. So it took until May for us to start seeing these problems, right? It literally took multiple weeks before we started seeing problems of ships coming in with shipping containers partially empty, if not completely empty, and ships that hardly were carrying anything at all. So much so that the people that take care of it at the port authority there in California were saying that they may have to lay off workers if it continued. Luckily, Donald Trump pulled back, and China and them finally decided to quit being, everybody in the argument decided to quit being stupid, and we got the problem solved, right? Trump solved the problem by not doing what he was doing. And in a situation that gives us absolutely no leg up on China at all, we're actually pretty much back where we were before. But we'll see like I said, in June, when the May numbers come out, what effect, if any, his tariffs had. There's no way you'd be able to see it from the April numbers. You wouldn't be able to see it from the April numbers. Because the worst tariff he had going on then was a 30% tariff, plus the already existing tariffs we had on China. It wasn't that big of a deal. China wasn't really fighting it. They were just like, okay, whatever. But then he hit them with these, what he called reciprocal tariffs of 100 and some odd percent, right? That was unsustainable. So they had to fight back, right? So we will see going forward, right? We will see going forward when we see the numbers in June for the month of May. We will see whether or not his tariffs had any effects on inflation. My hope is that it didn't. My hope is that we won't see a spike in inflation. Hopefully the markets will calm down now with this 90-day pause that he has going on. And maybe, just maybe, we won't see a spike in inflation in products and stuff in the foreseeable future. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see you down the road. Thanks for joining me.